News just coming in. According to sources, military radar tracking evidence is suggesting that the plane, the Malaysian Airlines aircraft that we're talking about, was deliberately flown across the Malay peninsula towards the Andaman island. That's the latest coming out as far as the probe is concerned. These are what reports are now telling headlines today. Sanjana Chauhan now joins me from the newsroom on the phone line. Sanjana, what are the details that you have?
So far, we knew that the search had in fact been extended. Remember, this is the 5th time that the search has been extended in the 1 week that the plane has gone missing. But now two sources very close to the military investigation are telling Reuters that an unidentified aircraft that investigators believe was this missing flight was following a route between these navigational waypoints, indicating that it was been flown by someone with aviation training when it was last plotted, remember, on the radar of the country's northwestern coast. Now, another source familiar with the investigation is also saying that the inquiries are focusing increasingly on the theory that someone who knew how to fly a plane deliberately diverted the flight. Remember, this has 239 people on board, hundreds of miles off its intended course from KL to Beijing. So definitely, as Malaysia may in fact be claiming that the two suspected stolen passport holders have no links to any terror organization or outfit, what Malaysia is in fact now claiming is that they are looking at sabotage with hijack still on the cards. Back to you, Vedika.
So Sanjana, it's quite clear with the developments now coming in that the hijack theory that you just told us about cannot be ruled out as we speak.
Absolutely, Vedika, but the problem is that there have been so many conflicting reports that have been emerging in the past couple of days, with earlier the Malaysian government saying that there is no terror link, but the CIA is saying that the hijack or sabotage plot cannot be ruled out. Also, remember, in the past, the Malaysian government claimed that they had spotted a missing jetliner, only to have the military chief the same day deny that he had said something like that. So besides some headway and no answers, there seems to be nothing really that's moving in the direction, of course, but reports of hijack, of sabotage, definitely emerging, as much as the Malaysian government may downplay that. But you can't really rule out the facts that are emerging right now with these three sources who are very, very close to the military investigation, giving this information to news agencies.
Also, Sanjana, the latest as far as the search operations are concerned, now it seems that that probe and the search operation has now expanded to the Indian Ocean.
Absolutely. So, as we're telling you right now, is that the military radar tracking is suggesting that this airline's jetliner missing for nearly a week was deliberately flown off the Malay Peninsula. It was in fact extended today to the Andaman Islands. It started with the Gulf of Thailand, but remember, as we have reported in the past, that if there was any evidence of wreckage, the Gulf of Thailand, it would have showed up immediately because that water is not very deep. After that, it moved to the Strait of Malacca, and then now moving to the Andamans, because now they believe that the plane was deliberately diverted towards the Indian Ocean, close to the Andamans. So slowly we're looking at the Bay of Bengal area, the Andaman Islands, and that stretch.
All right, Sanjana, thanks for joining us on the phone line and bringing us those details on that breaking news. Well, staying with the story, investigations into the missing Malaysian Airlines flight have revealed that communication satellites picked up faint electronic pulses from Flight 370 even after it went missing on last Saturday. The signals, however, gave no information about where the stray jet was heading and little else about its fate. The pings indicated that the aircraft's maintenance troubleshooting systems were switched on and ready to communicate with satellites as needed. But no data links were open because the companies involved had not subscribed to that level of service.
Search and rescue operation in the history of aviation runs into 7-day. We report from the control room which has been set up at the Sama-Sama Hotel at the Kuala Lumpur Airport complex. Now, the Malaysian Airlines has put out a manifest of the passengers who were on board, and you can clearly see that there are names of the Indians who were on board the flight. Now, Chetna Kolekar, Swanand Kolekar, Vinod Kolekar, then you have another Indian, Chandrika Sharma, and there's one more down here, which is Kranti Shrestha. So now it's confirmed, the manifest is out here, which says that there were 5 Indians on board this flight which went missing mysteriously. Now this is the notice board which has been put up here by the Malaysian authorities. It also has the pictures of Iranians who were suspected, but the Malaysian government and the Interpol has ruled out their involvement, but the CIA is still suspicious that how come they were traveling on these fake passports. Now this notice board also gives us the information or all the vital information which is required about the aircraft, about the incident that has been closely monitored. Now what we are getting to learn is that now the focus is on the Andaman and Nicobar Islands region, where the Indian naval ships are relentlessly trying to find the debris. There's another update that the US Navy has also dispatched ships towards that region to bolster this entire operation. Now we know that the plane had taken a detour and it had taken a turn around, and the Malaysian Air Force had detected this activity on their radar, but they are not sure whether it was the same aircraft, but there was an activity which was detected. There's still suspended animation as to what has happened to the aircraft. All the four possibilities are being looked into. With camera person Kirpal Singh, Arthur Khan in Kuala Lumpur for Headlines Today.
Arthur Khan now joins me on the phone line from Kuala Lumpur. Arthur, we are getting some reports coming in and we'd like you to help us verify them. What are your sources within the Malaysian government telling you about the military radar tracking evidence suggesting that the plane was deliberately flown across the Malay peninsula towards the Andaman Island?
Well, that's right. There is a confirmation from the Malaysian government on that aspect. In fact, it happened 24 hours ago when the acting transport minister said that the Malaysian Air Force on its radar had detected movement of civilian aircraft, though they have not confirmed yet whether it was the same aircraft. But yes, the movement was there, and they're trying to put two and two together. The reason being that there was a certain detour which had changed the course, and therefore it had moved towards the Strait of Malacca, and therefore, and its onward journey is being suspected towards the Andaman Islands. So there is no confirmation whether it was the same aircraft, but they have a strong suspicion. They have reasons to believe because it was around 12:40, where you can remember, when the flight took off from Kuala Lumpur, and it was detected on the Air Force radar at around 1:21 a.m. And within 9 seconds, Vedika, it lost all contact with the radar and with the air traffic control, and therefore this is the reason that it is being suspected that the movement of the aircraft was towards the Andaman and Nicobar Islands.
Arthur Khan reporting from Kuala Lumpur. We'll keep coming back to you for more. Well, it's been a week and still there is no headway really as far as that probe is concerned.